Welcome all to the Gun Company Graveyard, a brand new segment we're trying out here at AT3 Tactical. I'm Sam S., your old soul gun lover in chief, filling in as our company coroner. Today we're talking about a famous gun company that has bitten the dust. I'll give you a hint. Their name starts with an A. Nah, that would be too soon. Gonna miss you guys. Today we're picking at the bones of good old ArmaLite, the original ArmaLite. And trust me, this post-mortem is gonna be messy. We're talking about the company that literally invented the most popular rifle platform in America, and then sold it for pocket lint. Every year, millions of AR15 style rifles and components fly off shelves across America, from military operations to shooting competitions to home defense to hunting. This platform dominates the firearms landscape. But the company that created it, they barely got to enjoy $1 of that success. This is the story of ArmaLite, the original ArmaLite, the innovative company that completely revolutionized warfare, sold off their golden ticket for pocket change, and then essentially disappeared. In the firearms world, innovations typically happen in small, incremental steps. But once in a while, someone comes along and rewrites the entire rulebook. This isn't just about a gun. It's about how a tiny division of an aircraft company looked at firearms design and basically said, "We're doing this differently now," and changed everything. 1954, Fairchild Aircraft was looking to diversify. Like many aerospace companies during this era, they were hunting for new ventures to expand into. They decided to take a small gamble on firearms by creating a tiny subsidiary called ArmaLite. ArmaLite started small, really small. Just a handful of employees in a small building in Hollywood, California. Their entire business plan was basically, let's design guns like we design airplanes, using modern materials and engineering principles. The key players were George Sullivan, the Lockheed patent attorney who pitched the idea, and Eugene Stoner, a self-taught designer they hired who would become the firearms equivalent of Steve Jobs. Their business model was to develop innovative designs, then license them to manufacturers for production. The first few designs showed promise, but limited commercial success. The company was burning through Fairchild's investment money without delivering on the financial returns they hoped for. By the late 1950s, pressure was mounting. Fairchild was getting impatient with the continued investment without significant returns. ArmaLite needed a big win, and they needed it fast. ArmaLite believed they had found that win with their revolutionary rifle designs, particularly the AR-15. It was radically different from anything on the market and showed tremendous potential for both military and civilian applications. The problem was ArmaLite didn't have the manufacturing capacity, the marketing muscle, or the military connections to capitalize on it themselves. They submitted designs to military trials, pursued foreign contracts, and explored the commercial market. But as a small subsidiary of an aircraft company, they lacked the industry relationships and expertise needed to break through. In 1959, facing mounting financial pressure and unable to break into the market themselves, ArmaLite made a fateful decision. They sold the manufacturing rights of the AR10 and AR15 designs to Colt for just $75,000, plus a 4.5% royalty for future sales. In today's money, that's roughly the equivalent to selling the iPhone design to Apple for about $750,000. It was a desperation move from a company running out of runway. What happened next must have been agonizing for ArmaLite's leadership. Making matters worse, Eugene Stoner himself left ArmaLite in 1961 to work as a consultant for Colt, taking his wisdom with him. The design that ArmaLite couldn't sell became a massive success for someone else. After selling their crown jewels, ArmaLite scrambled to develop new products. They created the AR-18 as a potential replacement for their lost AR-15, but lightning didn't strike twice. Without their breakthrough design, the company struggled to find its footing. This was made more difficult when Fairchild dropped ArmaLite in 1962, forcing the company to operate independently until its final closure in 1983. Over the next decade and a half, ArmaLite faded into obscurity. The company changed hands again, scaled back operations, and by 1983 ceased to exist entirely as an entity. The very same year, ironically, the AR-15 was cementing its place as the dominant design in the firearms world. What started as Colt's exclusive product in the 1960s had become, by the 1980s, a platform that dozens of manufacturers could build on after the original patents expired. Despite the initial lack of commercial success for ArmaLite's design, it unexpectedly led to billions in sales and the creation of a completely new category of firearms. The company created something revolutionary, but either couldn't figure out how to profit from it or didn't have the tools to do it. This is a story we've seen repeated throughout business history. Xerox developed the graphical user interface, but Apple and Microsoft got rich from it. Kodak invented the digital camera, but went bankrupt as others capitalized on digital photography. In 1995, the ArmaLite name was resurrected when Mark Westrom, a former Army officer, purchased the dormant trademark. This new ArmaLite produced AR pattern rifles until 2013 when it was acquired by Strategic Armory Corps. But this was merely a brand revival, not the original company somehow resurrecting. The engineers and visionaries who revolutionized firearm design had long since moved on. ArmaLite's story is a stark reminder that innovation alone isn't enough. Having the best product doesn't matter if you can't get it to market effectively. They changed firearms forever, created the platform that would dominate for the next 60+ years, and almost got nothing for it. Their legacy lives on in the tens of millions of rifles bearing those two letters, AR. If you enjoyed this postmortem, let us know what other forgotten firearms companies you'd like us to cover next. This is Sam from AT3 Tactical. See you next time.
The lightweight, rugged, simple, reliable, accurate, and versatile AR-10 invites comparison with any other automatic weapon in the world.